The worst thing in life is not when you fail. The worst day of your life is not the day that you fail. The worst thing that can happen is not when you fail. And the worst um, scenario that can happen is not when your relationships fail. That's not the worst scenario or the worst day or the worst time, the worst thing. That's not the worst thing. Um, you might observe it as being such as when you're going through it, you might think, oh, this is the worst day of my life, or this is the worst thing that can happen in my life, or the fact that this chick, she left me for some other guy, that's the worst scenario that could happen in my life. It's not. You might think it is when you're going through it, but if you don't, if you just keep going, you'll realize in a couple of days that it's not the worst thing that can happen. It seems like it is when you're going through it. It seems like the worst shit ever. But when you move on past it and you just keep living, hopefully you just keep living and you go through it. When you go through it and you come out the other side of it, a couple weeks, a couple months later, maybe even it might take a couple years later, you'll realize it's not the worst thing that could have happened. You look back at the scenario that went down and that you realize that maybe you really didn't need that person in your life, or maybe that relationship wasn't really supposed to work out, or maybe you realize that you didn't need that friend, or maybe you really didn't need that job. Maybe that job or that friend or that relationship or that family member, maybe that was holding you back in a lot of ways and stopping you from reaching your true potential. Maybe you realize that those are some very toxic relationships that you were involved in, but you couldn't see it at the time. You're kind of blinded by it because you wanted to believe in something more than you. And yeah, it's not the end of the world, man. That your job, your career didn't land like on like the way you wanted to land, and that girl you started dating a couple weeks ago that you met through a friend, and she doesn't text you anymore. It's not the end of the world. It's not, man. It's just the end of that relationship. It's just the end of that chapter. And that's my point I'm trying to make today. And it's not the end of the world. You just got to keep going. It's not going to be roses every day. It's not. You're not going to live your dream life. Like if you think you're going to do that, then like some people really get to wake up every day and do what they love to do, and I think even to them that it's not exactly what they say it is, but most people we work hard jobs that we don't really want to work, and our relationships don't really pan out the way we want them to. But at the end of the day, if you're still alive, then I don't know, man. If you got, I don't know. I think you can find something to be grateful for. Then you're probably doing all right. But it's a struggle out here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's definitely a struggle. I don't think MGTOW has any enemies, but we also don't have any friends a lot of times. But friends and enemies are kind of like the same thing. So I'm kind of grateful not to have any of them. I don't have any friends. I don't have any enemies. It's kind of cool to be on that level. I'm not in love. I'm not in love. Like, I'm just neutral. I'm just going through life like a fucking beam of light, and some people try to fucking shade me, and some people try to fucking absorb me, and it's just one of those things where I don't really think about. But yeah, am I really happy to be here? No, not really. But it's got to be better than the alternative. So that's cool, man. I think if I keep going, I keep believing in MGTOW, and I keep going, I think things will get shinier. Like, I think it'll get brighter. I think there is a future, but I don't want to end anything, because if I end it, then I won't be able to see that future. So I don't know what the future holds, but I think there's something coming up for us. But we just gotta hold out, wait for it, let it happen. That's what I think, guys. So that's my update for tonight, and that's about it, man. I don't want you guys to listen to people that tell you bullshit and lie to you and tell you that, you know, everything you're doing is like so appreciated, and like I appreciate your efforts. Like, don't, when you hear shit like that, don't believe it. It's lies. All right, talk to you guys later.